Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. First of all, you guys know the drill. If you guys could please smash that like button, I'd really appreciate it. If you guys could leave a comment down below, I don't care what it is. It super helps the channel out. It is Friday morning, it's bright and early, we're back in the shop. I know I start the videos out all the time saying the same thing, but I cannot stress it enough. You guys can please just click that like button. If you're watching this video, you can do it on your mobile device, you can do it on your computer. It takes 2 seconds, it's free, it costs you nothing. Super helps me out. If you guys leave a comment down below, it lets me know who's watching. And I appreciate that. I love all the feedback. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. Interact. I like to interact and answer questions. So please leave a comment. I appreciate every single comment. And I appreciate everybody that is subscribing and watching the videos. So today is Friday, like I said. It's been a long week. As I said in the last vlog, I overbooked on accident. The February month on the 28th was a little short, so I wrote in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th on the February month, and then when I flipped the calendar, it was the 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 28th. So I was scheduling for the last week and then the first week, and not realizing they were the same week until it was kind of too late, and nobody wanted to reschedule, so I just buckled down. Had to pull a few late nights this week, but we got everything done. Well, almost done. We're gonna finish up today. But we do have our 2015 Ford Mustang. Now we went ahead and took the trunk lid off. I do know that last time I said I was going to try to make sure that we protect our quarter panels from welding, sparks and burrs and grinding marks and sparks and pitting our glass and everything. Mikey had the great idea with just taking the trunk lid off. I don't know why I never thought of that, but it was a fantastic idea. It was just a couple bolts, or I guess 2 on each side. Props even stayed on the hinges. There's no alignment, so it goes right on. This back panel didn't really need to come off, but it came out of the way. It was just a couple clips and 4 screws. So we went ahead and took that off. It has the rear camera as well, so there was a plug. So inside the spray booth, we'll dip in here. So that was a great idea. Mikey went ahead and did a killer job welding up the holes. He made some little pieces, welded them in place. We did some metal etch primer on the back side of the panel to make sure that it's protected from rust. And it's all covered as well. But boom, there it is. It came out absolutely amazing. It's died back a little bit. We got a couple nibs in the paint, but overall, a light 2000 and a little bit of 3000 grit on this trunk lid, and it's gonna cut and polish out like glass. Came out really, really nice. There was a couple holes here, 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 and here. So super pumped how it came out. There was also a ding right here, so I went ahead and fixed that while I was at it. A little bit of dust. But everything's looking really good. It's nothing crazy. Now these 4 holes are new. Those are for the replacement spoiler that they bought for the vehicle. Now, the replacement spoiler is kind of like a big, tall carbon fiber wing, so those holes remain, and those holes were not done by me, and those holes have to remain. This one's a little bit oblong to help feed the wire to the LED third brake light that's on the new wing. So, yesterday, I went over a little bit about how I was gonna mask this. So, we'll go ahead and show you guys a little bit of how we taped off the panel and how it looks. Now, we went ahead and back taped around the whole perimeter. Now, inside the spray booth, we got quite the wind current in here, so a lot of the overspray, as soon as it's atomized in the air, goes right towards the exhaust. So, it doesn't take much to keep overspray from the inside of the underside of the panel. So we just take some tape and we call it back taping. So we have an 1.5" 3M yellow tape, and we just tape across the bottom, and then we fold it in just about a 1/16 of an inch. That way we make sure we get a nice edge. And then right here, this is where the rear panel goes. You can see I did a little bit of a feather tape. If you look, you can see a little bit of a flap. Now that flap goes all the way across this body line. And what that did is created a really soft edge. Now you can see it has to have a little bit of scuff marks past that new fresh paint. Now you could take a mini buffer, mini polisher, or even by hand and polish those little bit of Scotch-Brite scuffs out and you wouldn't even see that transition. So you can use that trick in door jambs. You can use that trick even on bedsides where like the rear lower section has a body line. You can get away sometimes with just repainting the lower section and do a melt right on the body line. I don't always recommend it, but sometimes it can save you from re-clear coating an entire panel over a very small repair. Fortunately, we have a back cover that has a camera in it that actually goes all the way up to this line, so it's completely covered anyway, but I went ahead and went a little further than we needed to. So there you have it. You can't even see the edge. So it has a really soft edge. So first things first, we're just gonna get this unmasked today. We're gonna get this bolted back on the vehicle with some help. We're gonna go ahead and assemble the interior panel. I'll close the trunk. I'm gonna do a light 2000 grit, knock down a couple of the nibs, and go over it with that 3000 and the machine buff and polish, and apply a ceramic coat of wax. And then they can go ahead and install their carbon fiber wing when finished. So that pretty much wraps up that. Pretty cool little color from Ford. So I did a spray out. We're gonna keep that spray out. We're actually gonna take that out now. And we'll set that here. Now the Infinity's still here. I didn't get a lot of time yesterday on this, but we do have to cut and polish this today and install the emblems and the trim. Came out very good. It does look a little darker, but that's just because this is fresh clear coat. So when I do my sanding and color sanding and buffing, I'll go ahead and hit these quarter sections a little bit and shine these back up to give them a deeper gloss again, which should help darken it a little bit because my color kind of faded out about right in this area right here. Same thing with that. There's no color at all over here, but it looks a lot darker. But it is not darker. It's a little dusty right now. That's what all that is. So today the plan is to go ahead and knock a couple nibs down on this with some 2000, a little bit of 3000 on the bumper, the rear hatch, and then we'll go ahead and buff it out and then apply a ceramic coat of wax. And then we're gonna go ahead and clean off the center section here. We're gonna apply our Infinity emblem. We have a QX60 emblem that goes here. And there's actually a chrome bumper protector garnish that goes along the top here as well. So we already have that all double back taped. Now, getting stuff like that and waiting for the last minute to put that on, because see, today is Friday and we got lots of stuff to wrap up by the end of the day and everybody wants their cars back. I always take things like that and I set them by my desk. So that way when I get a few minutes or in the morning early, or I actually had a meeting last night on Zoom, and while I was on the Zoom meeting, I went ahead and cleaned up all the emblems and I re-double back taped them with 3M double back tape and adhesion promoter. So we got our QX60. So we got our QX60 emblems, our Infinity emblem, and I also have our rear bumper protector that will be going across the bottom edge like that. We just have to install our rear interior panel. We have already installed our chrome garnish. Fit really good. There's a little bit of a gap here, but it's just because it's just kind of like sitting a little bit. So I might try to warm that up and just kind of shift that a little bit. I should have tried to heat it up and kind of give it a little bit more of a bow. It could have just been flattened a little bit just from it sitting in a box for some time, but overall it looks really good. There was a big football-sized dent. If you guys go back a couple vlogs ago, right here, this hatch was completely crushed in right here, all the way to the emblem. There was a big brow right here. There was a dent here the size of a golf ball, and then some scrapes, severe scrapes across the bottom of the bumper back here as well. So this thing looks really, really good. They're gonna be super happy, super pumped. So we're gonna go ahead, get the trunk lid squared away quickly first, and then we're gonna jump back over to the Infinity QX60 this afternoon, get it all detailed up, get our chrome emblems installed, our garnish protector installed. We'll probably go ahead and wash this one. It's gonna be a pretty decent day out today. It's a nice vehicle, so I want to give it to them clean. Probably both their vehicles, actually. It's my buddy Oliver. It's a wheel. No, this is for his Mercedes. Or I'm sorry, this is for his BMW. Now he's refinished this wheel, so it's just been sitting in my shop. He used the booth the other day and refinished this wheel. Now he did a very good job. They did some repairs on the wheel, and then they used some Mercedes paint to refinish it. So it looks really, really good. There is one nib on the face right here. I told him I'd go ahead and hit that while I was doing the detailing on this other stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit that nib. And there was a little bit of a sag right here on this spoke. Really hard to see, virtually unnoticeable in natural light. But I'll go ahead and just knock that down at least 90%. Get rid of this nib, use my mini buffer, and we'll go ahead and polish out those 2 spots. And that way, when he gets a chance, he can come by and pick up this wheel and go ahead and get the tire mounted, get the wheel balanced, and get it mounted back on the vehicle. Now, in the lift bay, just have my car stored under here, but we do have Carmen and I's brand new 2007, new to us, 2007 Honda CR-V. Now, if you look, I just installed red Type R badges. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Those are brand new emblems. That's with the Nitro Autolab license plate flaring and the Nitro Autolab slap sticker. But we still got to do an exterior detail and interior detail on this vehicle. But I was a little excited, got ahead of myself, and I really wanted to switch to the red badges. I'm not doing anything too crazy to this thing, but I do kind of want to do a few things cosmetically to it, and as far as like, besides all the maintenance and a little bit of performance, I do want to make sure that this vehicle is completely gone through bumper to bumper as far as maintenance and to make it reliable. We are going to get a new front bumper, and we're going to completely refinish it, as well as the new lower garnish, and probably install a fog light kit. We're probably going to switch to black housing headlights, and I am doing a few cosmetic modifications, kind of like that red emblem. Now those are authentic Honda Type R badges, obviously not from a CR-V. I believe they're from like a European Accord or something like that, but I did do the research, and I did find out which badges fit. Now you can see the one on the front too. It's huge. So all I did is pop out the old ones. Here's the originals. I just used a little small pry tool, and I just worked them off. And on the back one, I did have to cut the little prongs out from the back of the Type R badges because they were not in the same location, but the front ones were. So the Type R badge on the rear, I had to cut the prongs off, and it's just, of course, it's completely coated with 3M double back tape. But here are your part numbers for the 07 to 11 Honda CR-Vs. So this one will be your front emblem, which is of course a little bit bigger, and that is your rear emblem, which is a little bit smaller. Really easy mod. Took me about 15-20 minutes to pry both of them off, clean the areas, apply a plastic adhesion promoter, and then pull the double back tape and stick them. So super pumped on that. We are going to get a new front bumper upper section. We are going to get the new lower section, which will have fog lights in it as well. And we do plan on switching to the OEM style black housing headlights and get rid of these chrome housings. I really like the look of the black housing headlights. It's just a little too much chrome. I love chrome. I like the grille being chrome. I like the window surrounds being chrome, but the chrome headlights are just a little too much in my opinion. So we also have a really, really clean, low mileage, A-rated Honda K24 engine. It's a 2.4 liter i-VTEC engine. It's dual overhead cam. This did come out of Spokane, Washington, from Whitty's Wrecking. Now this is an A-rated engine. There's different ratings from junkyards based off mileage and condition of the parts that you're getting. So this is A-rated, 103,000 miles. It came out of an 07 CR-V in the same color that had a front-end collision and deployed airbags. I saw pictures of the vehicle. I got the VINs. I saw pictures of all 4 corners of the vehicle. I saw pictures of the motor. They did a really clean removal. A lot of times when you get motors from junkyards and used engine stuff, a lot of these brackets will just be mangled. You'll see cut hoses instead of disconnected. You'll see cut harnesses, damaged sensors. Everything's capped and plugged very nicely. I did have to clean it. It wasn't the cleanest, so I went ahead yesterday. I popped these covers off. I went ahead and did a quick engine degreasing and a quick scrub down, and went ahead and got a lot of the gunk and grime off. It had the compression test done as well. So super pumped on the K24 engine. This vehicle does only have 122,000 miles on it, so I did want to keep around that mileage. I didn't want to go through like a 190,000 mile engine in this thing. So we do have a very clean engine that came out of the exact year, make, and model. You do have to check VIN numbers and stuff like that when you order engines, especially on the newer cars. There's lots of differences between years and computers, even though the body styling might be the same, and even though it might look like the same engine. They do make improvements almost every year, and these days you have to really be careful on what you order. So super pumped, super clean engine, super excited to get the CRV running. We'll get the cosmetic damage fixed. We'll get it detailed inside and out. We'll do a few cosmetic modifications, and we'll probably go ahead and do some brakes and calipers. We'll tint the front windows, and they also make a rear spoiler, like an OEM optional spoiler. So we're gonna go ahead and get that while we do the front bumper, and we'll go ahead and color match that as well. And we'll get that on the back just to make it not look like as much of a bubble. So super pumped on the new daily. I do want to get this car fixed up to be a reliable car to take cross country. So everything needs to be done from bumper to bumper. So get excited if you guys like CRV content. I joined a CRV group online, and there's lots of people doing some pretty cool stuff with CRVs. So I'm pretty excited. Let me know what you guys think about the red Type R emblems, yay or nay. I like them. I think they look a lot cleaner. It's kind of like a little bit sets the CRV off compared to just normal traffic. So the goal with that is to make it not look like such a soccer mom mobile and make it look like more of a dad mobile. So anyways, like this video, leave a comment down below, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.
Ooh, like LeBron, though, or like Lonzo. Ooh, I'm a baller, yeah, shot caller, yeah. They love me, you can't touch me, nah, can't trust me. I'm too lucky. Look at me, look at you, what you see, what you do.